disciples is really out of fear. They were going out from Jerusalem. We say sometimes they were getting out of Dodge. They were fearful. They were on the road. And Jesus came and walked with them. They didn't recognize him until he broke the bread. And then their eyes were opened and said, and they realized who it was, but he disappeared from their midst. They really experienced a conversion. They turned around on the road and went back to Jerusalem from their journey. Something like that happened to a woman in Colorado by the name of Regina Riley. She had 2 grown sons, and they both left the church and did not come to Mass. So she would go to Sunday Mass and she would sit there and kind of lament what happened to her 2 sons leaving the church. And one day, lo and behold, in walked her 2 sons and sat beside her. And she thought, wow, what happened? They told her the story. They said, we were on a journey in a windy road in the mountains of Colorado. It was pouring rain. And we came across this poor old man who was walking along, limping, trudging in the rain. He was soaked. So out of compassion, they thought we should stop and pick him up. So they did. They said, where are you going? He said, about 3 miles down the road to Mass. So they drove him there, and he went in. They were sitting in the car and they said, we should stay and bring him home. But then they decided to go to the Mass. It was the gospel we just heard today. And then, at the communion of the Mass, something marvelous took place. They said to one another, that's us. We are on the road. We are the disciples today. And so with that, they decided to go back to Mass communion with their mother because they recognized Jesus in the breaking of the bread. I'm going to say this morning that we're all on a journey. We're all on the road. And Jesus is asking us, as the psalm this morning said, you show us the path of life, and you walk with us. And so this is the theme I want to talk to you about, as Father Sam said. I want to talk to you about Pope Francis's encyclical Laudato, which comes from St. Francis. It means, praise be to you, Lord. And subtitled is the care of our common home. It has to do with our stewardship of everything that God has given us on and in this planet. Early on in the encyclical or letter, paragraph 23, he says, basing this on the Intergovernmental Panel of the United Nations and on the Pontifical Academy of Science, each one about 100 theologians and scientists. One of them is from UCLA, Dr. Laudato. But they said to him, climate change is something that's real. He went on to say that the principal cause is human activity, what we do. Chief among those is the burning of fossil fuels. I'm not going to labor about that, we've heard that before. But in my close to 80, 40 years of life, I don't think I've ever seen a problem of the magnitude of what we're facing today. Patriarch Bartholomew, that's the head of the Orthodox Church, once said, for us humans to contaminate the air, the water, the land, these are sins. Because offense against nature or against a fellow human is an offense against the Creator. We have no such right. For that reason, Francis, when he wrote his encyclical, said, I address these words to every living being on the planet, meaning this isn't just a Catholic doctrine, this is to the whole wide world. I want to stand here this morning and affirm that I firmly believe that this is a very spiritual matter. It is not a partisan, political matter as sometimes it's made out to be. And it's not even just a Catholic issue. It is all religious traditions in the world that ask their respondents, their congregants, to become informed and to make a faith response, whatever that is they're able to do. You probably have heard of a man by the name of Desmond Tutu. He was an Anglican bishop of South Africa, died a year or so ago. He once said, all of us are part of the problem, which means then that all of us are part of the solution. And then there's Keith Chesterton, you may have heard of him. He's an English man, philosopher, writer, and another read his writings. They once had said to him, Mr. Chesterton, what's the problem with our world? He thought a second and he said, I am. Any one of us could say that we're part of it, as well as the solution. Francis says in his letter, there's a growing consensus that we are one family and we live in one home, our common home, the subtitle. I told him to a group of 8 people one time, I said, one house. Oh, they said, you need a plan. I said, oh, okay. I think something that brought this home to me was the pandemic of COVID. That means a worldwide problem. And what it was showing us was that we're all interconnected. I'm not okay, if you're not okay, this country's not okay, the next country's not okay. We wore masks, we social distance. Why did we do those things even though we didn't want to do them? The common good, we call it. As Christians, we believe that our Creator God gave us the planet. He gave us everything on the earth. This goes back to the first book of the Bible, in Genesis 1:28. He gave us dominion. And in 2:15, he qualified that when he placed Adam in the Garden of Eden. He said, till and protect. And one intelligent priest who's always speaking said, we've done a great job of telling, but not such a good job of protecting. This has to do with our spirit, our stewardship, our values, our attitudes, our thinking, and our acting. And unless, Francis says, we change our way of thinking, we will not change our way of acting. We will not turn around on that road as the 2 disciples did, or those 2 sons, to change something in our life. And Francis says Christians must realize that their responsibility within creation and toward nature and the Creator are essential parts of our Christian faith. What is he really saying? This isn't a peripheral matter. It's at the heart. It comes from Genesis and creation, and he put us on the earth to be able to students. So after saying all this, what people always want to know is, what am I supposed to do? And if paragraph 23 is right, that the principal causes human activity, the burning of fossil fuels, try to rid of those some way, any way we can. We're working on it, but perhaps it's a very slow process. Good things are happening. I am about to put solar panels on the house, and I got an EV. But there are other people who eat less red meat, or they green their diet. Others who recycle, find more efficient ways of using water. In California, that strikes us, the things that we're hearing, or use of energy. So good things are happening. But what does the church recommend that we do? In my long life, I don't think I've ever seen this before. I think this is the first time that the Catholic Church, after writing an authoritative document, turned around and said, here is the plan to practice this. It's not good enough just to read it or to know it. We have to do something about it. And here's the plan. It's called the Vatican Laudato Action Platform. And if you want to follow it totally, it could go on for 7 years. You make a plan, at the end of the year you evaluate, and take the plan for the next year. The team that I worked with at the diocese, I was a volunteer leader back in 2017. Now we have a hired full-time director, a very great woman who's doing a great job. And we offer workshops to explain this to parish leaders. Or if a parish wants, we'll come to your parish and go over this with you and help you to know how you can join this Vatican Laudato Action Platform. Maybe I talked too long already, so I'll summarize. What I'm saying is that this matter is urgent. Why? Because it affects all life on the planet. human, plant, animal. Francis says we lose thousands of species every year, plants and animals. First time I read it, they get the species. But that's what it says. And I again emphasize that this is a spiritual matter, because it has to do with our attitudes, our values, our way of thinking, and our way of acting. Francis is asking us for conversion. What happened on the road to Emmaus, and what happened to the two sons of Regina Riley, to maybe turn in our life to change something that we're doing. Everyone is for that solution. Children, youth, adults, elderly, all of us can do something. Make a positive contribution. It is happening. I know many of you are doing good things. And impressed here with the Spirit, the things going on here at Mission Sunday's Rate. It's one of our stellar parishes. But we're asked to make that conversion, the change of our lifestyles, something that isn't easy to ask anybody to do. Mother Teresa perhaps said it best when she said, talking about moderation as a real good Christian virtue, she said, live simply that others may simply live. It's more than just words. So I invite you this morning to think about this and to think about what little conversion you can make. Francis calls us our new type of spirituality, our echo of spirituality. And thank you for the opportunity. I will be outside afterwards if someone wants to throw something at me or something, a question or a comment or suggestion. Thank you.